We're at Sheboygan County Christian High School, where tonight the Eagles host crosstown rival Sheboygan Lutheran in what's going to be the second Holy War by the Shore. Alongside the coach, Chris Wright, I'm Mike Martin. Hello, everybody. Chris, Lutheran comes in with a stellar record, perfect in conference. They're really tough this year.
Yeah, 17-2. They moved up to number 3 ranking in the state. Burlington Catholic Central, who they actually lost to early in the year, lost the game, so they're number 4. The only trail, Green Bay New and Cassville. Sam Oakey's not there anymore. This is the number 3 team in Division 5, and they've just been on a roll. I don't think I've ever remember a situation, Marty, where the team has got the conference lead by 4 games and they got it clinched by a long way. And now they're just playing out the string, so to speak. But you want to be playing your best basketball as we head into March.
One of the things that as Coach Verhagen would have to worry about is a letdown, you know, where they don't stay focused and they don't play hard. I don't think that'll be the case tonight, but you never know.
Yeah, there's just 3 ball games left. That's hard to believe. It seems like the season just started, and now it's end of February already, and before long they'll be going in a tournament. That's when it all counts. And you're right, with no conference championship to push forward, think what is to play for? Well, you got your crosstown rival in their gym, and nobody wants to knock down the big dog more than the Eagles do tonight.
Now, Christian comes in, they don't have a real good record. When they met over at Lutheran, they had been playing better. They did win their last game, so things are looking up a little bit. Hopefully it'll stay for tournament play also.
Yeah, it's just kind of a weird year for them. It seems like it's more of an up and down thing, and they've been, you know, they played Green Bay New really close the other day, and then, you know, just a couple weeks ago, and they actually, I thought, played Lutheran very well. That was just 12 days ago we saw this game before, but, you know, the other day they needed a couple free throws at the basically at the end of the game to win the game over a team that's basically about 500, so who knows, playing in their gym though, maybe have a little confidence, and you know these guys, both teams like to get up and down, so if they shoot well, you never know.
I noticed in that game, it's like they hung on. They won 58-57, I believe it was, and the other team had outscored them in the fourth quarter. Right. So you're right, they hung on for a win, which is important, obviously. In the first game, when we covered them 12 days ago, like you said, a lot of turnovers early, and it seemed to hurt Christian more than it did Lutheran.
Yeah, and that was kind of the situation we mentioned right away. It looked like Christian was a little more nervous in the situation where you get Sheboygan Lutheran, which basically has a whole starting lineup of seniors, a whole team of seniors on there, and we just thought that, and I think you even mentioned in the last game that, you know, experience is going to be something, and it was. It looked like Christian came out a little bit flat, and then in the second quarter, especially, Lutheran just kind of put the pedal to the metal. Second half was a little bit closer and things like that, but the big difference was that second quarter.
Big guys for Christian are Caleb Kelly and Eddie Windsor. Windsor, a young guy, but big. And both those guys had 18 points the first time around, and they were tough.
Yeah, they both did have 18 points, and I was very impressed with the Windsor kid for being just a sophomore. He was one of the kids I thought wasn't nervous at all. He looked like he was right in there when they fed him the ball. He was making a lot of baskets, getting some rebounds and things like that. You know, what they do is got to get the Stecker boys a little bit. They didn't play as well the last game, but maybe in their gym, probably fare a little bit better.
For Lutheran in that first game, Tyler Zastro had 16 points and Jacob Juris had 11, and I think Taylor Zastro had 10 points off the bench. The big guy that first game was Philip Lipom. He had 19 points. He really looked good that night.
Well, him and the other Zastro, the Taylor Zastro, were the ones that hit those 3-pointers. There was Lipom in the first half, him and Hasenstein, and then in the second half, Taylor Zastro hitting threes. I mean, they were knocking down threes. And Jers and Tyler Zastro just kind of got quiet points during that game. It just shows the depth. And, you know I like Ryan Sheely. He's just, to me, is the main guy. Doesn't score a lot of points, but he gets all the rebounds. But, you know, they got a lot of contributions, not from just their regular big gunners, but from the whole team the last time we saw them.
Exactly. And that brings me to my next point. What do the teams need to do to win? One of the things that I listed for Christian is they got to defend the 3 better.
Yeah, they do, and they got to get out on those shooters. And the problem is with situations like that, there's just so many guys to guard, booty guard and things like that. But if they can maybe get out on the threes and then just cause 1 and outs for Lutheran, maybe you can hang in there a little bit. You know they can score. The Eagles can score the game. There's no question about that. But can they defend Lutheran, who like to get up and down? And you know what? Christian likes to get up and down too. And last time it just seemed like Lutheran just got up and down a little bit more.
I know we had talked about it on air and off air that was one of the most fun games for us to referee to announce because of all the action going on. What do you see else besides defending the three that Christian needs to do to win?
They got to shoot well. They got to shoot real well, and they got to hang in there and stay in there and give them a chance. A year ago, it was basically the same thing. Lutheran came in as the favorite, and Christian get the upset. But today, I think that Christian has to shoot well from the get-go. You take the lead early. You have a good second quarter, go into halftime, and believe, and maybe scare them a little bit. You know, anything can happen. Christian is definitely athletic enough to stay with Lutheran, but do they have the experience and do they have all the goal power? I don't know. Lutheran's awfully good.
What does Lutheran need to do to win?
Lutheran, they got to be themselves. They get up and down the point. They got so much depth. You know, they just got to play their regular game. You know, play that. I think you made a good point is, what are they playing for yet at the end of the season? I think they're playing, you know, you want to be playing going into March. So you got to beat this team on the road. You don't have too many left. You're going to have some tough road games up ahead at neutral sites. So this is a good place to get a victory.
All right, we're going to step out, and we come back. We'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off for tonight's ball game.
I believe in nature.
I believe in the spirit.
I believe in trust.
Beauty.
I believe in my mom.
Strawberry ice cream.
Fortune cookies.
Chocolate. I believe in the tooth fairy.
Being honest with yourself.
I believe in Santa Claus. Aliens, of course.
I believe what I want to believe.
I believe in myself.
I believe in myself. I believe in peace.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Nicole Malachowski, a U.S. Air Force Fighter Squadron Commander and the first woman pilot with the United States Air Force Aerial Demonstration Team. My fellow airmen and I know that each of us plays a huge part in our victories, whether in the air or on the ground. We couldn't accomplish our mission without using everyone's skills to reach our goals. Embracing our differences and working together is also what has made America strong. Thank you for your support, and remember, our strength lies in our diversity. This message brought to you by the United States Air Force.
Okay, Josh, do your stuff.
Okay, people, you know the drill. Canned foods only, guys.
Sometimes you gotta live what you believe, open your arms, 'cause that's where it starts. Right here with you and with me. What the world needs now is love.
Generosity. Pass it on.
A little help from up above. Faith to me.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Take 10 seconds to imagine the face of your best friend, your coworker, your classmate, your hero, the face of a veteran, a senior on a fixed income. Now, I want you to imagine them without a home. More than 2 million people in America rely on public housing to provide a home for their families, and there are at least 500,000 waiting for a safe place to live. I'm Jewel, and I'd like you to join me and rethink how public housing is supporting your community.
The environment is my passion. Every day, I live for the outdoors and all of its challenges. That's why I enlisted in the Coast Guard. Now, I serve to protect the environment and defend my country. It's like I was born for this.
Were you born ready for a greater challenge? Find out at GoCoastGuard.com.
We have a job to do out here today.
To be a winning team, you have to work like a winning team.
My team depends on me.
And my team is 50,000 strong. Looks like a lot of work's going into this.
This is what it feels like to be part of a team.
A winning team.
The Action Team.
Get in on the action at actionteam.org. Are you in?
We're back at Sheboygan County Christian High School. They're getting ready to play the national anthem, and then we'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off for tonight's game. They're going through the seniors. Saw Daniel Parsons and then James Rasmussen. Josh Stecker, a senior. Brady Oddie, number 11, is a senior. Tyler Meinert, number 33. Austin Black, 35, and Ben Andringa, number 40, were all seniors too that were recognized.
You know, final home game for South on Saturday night too, Marty. We're going to catch that as their last home game.
North-South game.
Weird.
Sheboygan County Christian High School pep band giving us their rendition of the national anthem, and now for the starting lineups. Jacob Juris, number 3, is a junior. Chris's favorite player on the squad, number 4, Ryan Sheely, he's a senior. Jeff Hess, we've watched him play over the years, he's a senior. Phil Leipom had 19 points in the first go-around with these two teams. He's also a senior, and Tyler Zastro, number 32, rounding out the starting lineup for Nick Verhagen. And now for the Eagles. James Rasmussen, a 5'9" senior. Number 22, Daniel Parsons, a 6'1" senior.
I don't think Rasmussen started last time.
No, he didn't. Number 35 is Austin Black, a 6'1" senior. Black didn't start either. Ben Andringa is a 6'3" senior. And rounding out the starting 5 is Tyler Meinert, a 6'4" senior. He's starting an all-senior lineup on senior night. That puts Oddie Adi was normally a starter,
Yeah.
I think, Chris. He's a senior also, but not starting tonight. And probably their best player, Caleb Kelly, a junior, not in the starting lineup, but you can expect to see him.
I was never a big person on this. I know we've talked about this, Marty.
I don't agree with that either. You got your starting 5, start them.
Yep. Yep. I know it's senior, whatever, and you still got to, number one thing is you try to win the basketball game, and, you know, there's no reason they can't.
Our officials tonight are Steve Steiner, Terry Verstrati, and Russ Miller. Russ will be tossing it up at half court. These guys have been around the block when it comes to officiating. Lutheran actually controlled the tap, but tapped it right to Rasmussen. Lutheran opens up in a man-to-man defense. Oh, little carry on that one by Christian's Daniel Parsons. Spotted a bit of an opening and got a little excited on that dribble. And that's turnover number 1. We had mentioned that in the opening too, Chris. The Eagles in a man-to-man defense also. Zastro kicks it out to Jers, who nails a 3. Parson has it, gave it up to Austin Black. Now Rasmussen has it, trying to look for an opening inside. Christian having trouble finding an opening. Good defense by Lutheran. Sheely laying way off of Minor, just begging him to shoot the 3. Oh, Christian pulls it back out, being very patient on offense. And Juris with a kick goes out of bounds. Looked like he might have had a shot, but Parsons passed it up. Rasmussen has his pass tipped. Juris not able to come up with it, but Andringa does. And finally, Lutheran steals it. Zastro tried to tip it to his teammate, but it got knocked away by Tyler Minor, who got back on defense. 3-0 Lutheran. Pass inside to Leipom, who lays it up and in. Great pass by Zastro. Rasmussen driving it to the basket. His shot got on the rim, but he couldn't get it in. And Juris almost had it stolen away, but is able to get it back over to Sheely for a wide open layup.
Well, this is why you don't do this, Marty. You want to just be down 7-0 right away. Why don't you just put 7 points on the board for the other team? Your goal is to win the game, and you're not giving your team a good enough chance. I understand our kids should play and things like that, but I know we play some teams that aren't so good in our league. I always put my starters in for an inning and I pull them. But at least, you know, we know that we are ahead and comfortable.
Ball is almost stolen away, and a battle on the floor. Now we get a tie-up. Sheely and Austin Black fighting for it.
So in 3 minutes, you got 3 turnovers and a missed basket, and you're down by 7. And the other team, that's the green team, has the basketball with a chance to make it a 9 or 10 point lead before we're even part of the way through the game.
Windsor, Kelly, Stecker, Adi, all in the lineup. Three-point shot is up and in by Juris again. Ten to nothing.
Well, as I said, you're down 10-0 before you even know it.
Zastro's pass was tipped away, went right to Alipom, who had a layup, but he missed it. Lutheran coming right back, or pardon me, Christian coming right back at him, but the ball is tipped away, and a foul is called. Juris picks up his first foul. There you see it.
Right into your living room.
Kelly had a wide open shot in the middle of the lane, couldn't get it in. Juris from way outside the line knocks home another three, his third three-pointer. He has a quick 9 points, Chris, on 3 threes. It's 13 to nothing. And Christian turns it over again. Kyle Stecker was the fifth player that came in for the Eagles. And an awesome start for Lutheran, whether you got your non-starters in or not.
Well, and again, they got 7 quick ones, and then you bring your starters up against the third-ranked team in the state.
And they get another quick 6.
It was already third-ranked for a reason. Not exactly what we planned.
Timeout charge to Christian. Adi's guarding Zastro. Inside feed to Lipe. Hess dribbles under the basket and gets into a good shooting position and puts it up and in. Jeff Hess on a nice move.
6 of 7 to start shooting for Lutheran.
Kiss off the glass is no good. Windsor with the rebound couldn't get it in, and Lutheran comes away with it. That first missed shot was by Josh Stecker. Zastro anticipating the cut by Hess, but Hess didn't make the cut, and the pass went out of bounds. Adi bringing it up, not being pressured, but being guarded by the taller Juris. Be hard for Brady to get a shot off. Inside feed to Windsor, who was double teamed. All he could do was kick it back out. Stecker trying to get deep on Zastro. Kicks it out to Windsor. His 2-pointer is up and in, and those are the first points of the night for Christian. And there's 3 minutes left in the quarter. 15-2.
Just going to say the defense of Lutheran, it seems a lot better tonight.
Another iffy pass. Stecker's shot is up and in. And coming right back for the easy 2 is Ryan Sheely. That basket was by Kyle Stecker, not to be confused with Josh. Kelly, you know, if I remember correctly, Chris, Kelly pretty much had his way in terms of going to the hoop and scoring, and
yep.
He missed the layup there, but the point is he's getting to the rack.
Yep. A couple times now that they've gotten deep. I thought Lutheran's defense was a little better to start with, but last time I was probably a little critical on the team in green that they love to score. You're going to have to play some D.
Inside feed, and Sheely with another 2 off a good pass. 19-4, Lutheran on top. Lipom with the good defense on Kelly that time.
Lutheran shooting 88% from the floor so far.
Kyle Stecker from in the middle of the lane scores. Juris covered up nicely that time by Kelly.
Boy, the ball movement is just outstanding, Marty. Again, Zastro has no shot attempts.
Shilly couldn't gather the pass to the inside.
And they got 19 points is my point.
Shot is no good by Kyle Stecker. And we get another tie-up. The one thing I have noticed, Chris, is Lutheran does work the ball around, but I think some of their feeds are not there. You get a good replay by Scott Maloff, our director. Richard Bartson running the top camera. Eric Wiesman down on the floor. Did an awesome job with the pregame interview. And I don't know if you noticed, but Gary Klein from the press got a picture of us too. Might see that online. Kelly's defended nicely by Lipom. Shot was no good, but Christian comes away with the rebound. Ames on the inside provides some good help defense. Windsor leans in, fades away on the shot, no good. Ames had the rebound for a second, but then had it stripped away by Josh Stecker, but they call a tie-up. And that's our third one in the first quarter, Chris?
Yep.
Under a minute left, 45 seconds.
Lutheran comes in averaging 68 points a game. Of course, the last game they had 85 against Christian.
Kick out to Zastro. Bango, baby. He nails a three.
22 points, and that's Zastro's first basket. First shot attempt, he's averaging 19.6. 77th in the state in scoring.
Good feed by Kelly into Windsor for an easy two. A little bit of a breakdown on defense there by the Crusaders. Lipom shot is no good. Sheely trying to get the save, couldn't do it. 8.3 seconds left. 14-point lead for the Crusaders. Kelly got the shot off, didn't make it, but he was fouled. He just glides out there, Chris. Sheely commits the foul. Hasenstein waiting to come in.
Christian just shooting 28% from the floor. Hasenstein had a great first half, hit a couple threes. Then he kind of rolled his ankle underneath the wall. Kind of got banged up a little bit. We didn't see him later.
You're right. Stecker misses a pair. And that's going to be the end of the quarter with Lutheran on top. Got a great start, and they lead it 22-8 after one.
You always made sure I brushed my teeth.
You told me that smart was cool.
You always told me to dream big.
To all of those parents who took the time to make raising their children their most important job, we'd like to say,
thank you.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thanks, Mom and Dad.
This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Your time is gonna come. Your time is gonna come. It's up to you to reach out to be that friend who comes along. Your day is gonna come.
When you make a friend, you make a difference.
Your day is gonna come.
Friendship. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
I was going to mention, Chris, in the last game, the free throw shooting, Christian was only 8 out of 13 the last game. Now they're sitting 0 for 2 on Stecker's 2 misses, but Lutheran was just outstanding in that first game, making 25 out of 29 free throws. They did not have one attempt in that first quarter.
Wow.
Ball just won't roll in for the Eagles. They've had some nice looks.
Shooting well under 30%. Another great quarter for Lutheran, 22 points.
Rasmussen back in.
North-South game, I hope one of the teams gets to 22 on Saturday night, Marty, at half.
That was not a good shot. Lutheran comes away with it. Hess on the rebound. Hasenstein trying to bull his way in, and they're going to get a charge on Nathan Hasenstein.
Oh,
yeah, lowered the shoulder. Sometimes you get a charging call and it's almost worth it. Windsor working hard inside, but Ames up to the task. Got the pass inside. Eddie Windsor scores the basket and gets fouled. Ames going to pick up the foul. I didn't catch who was over to help, but the help came late. Watch underneath. Might have been Hasenstein, was a little bit late getting over.
Woke up the entire Christian. I don't know if that was planned or what the deal was there, but. I don't know what the point of this is.
Yeah, really.
You're down by 12, but.
Hess's pass into Ames, and he puts it up and in.
I don't know what
and
the point was.
It's turned into a cheering competition, Chris. We're going from basketball to cheer.
Well.
Oh, nice feed. Windsor on the nice pass to Josh Stecker for an easy two. That time the help was there, but was a little bit late on the cover up, and now Ames scores and is fouled by Windsor.
Boy, good passing by Lutheran. They just seem to know where everybody is, Marty. You could just tell it's a very senior-laden basketball team, and then add Jerst in that group.
In the ball game comes Taylor Zastro. He hit a couple of threes late in the game. They really didn't mean a whole lot, but the point is you got to cover them. You know, you can't just let them roam out beyond the three-point line. First free throw for Lutheran is in, and they've got a 15-point lead, 27-12. Ames working hard on Windsor. They're battling in there, Chris. I like it. Zastro had it tipped away by Stecker. Gets it up to teammate Vervelde. His layup was short-armed. He was a little too far underneath the basket. And Terry Verstrati's going to ask Russ Miller who'd the ball go off of. Get a replay of that, Scott? A little too far under, and then the ball.
Christian. Should be Lutheran ball. It was already out of bounds when Hess got over there.
I think they're going to say.
That's the right
Could
call.
not determine, so they're going to call it a tie-up situation. The arrow points Lutheran's way, so they'll get it.
Oh, well, it was Lutheran ball. It was out of bounds when Hess touched it.
See if they change the up. They changed the arrow over, so that's exactly what they called. They couldn't determine. Inside to Ames, being covered up nicely. Yeah, they're battling in there, that's for sure. Zastro cutting down the lane. His layup attempt is no good. Taylor Zastro comes away with the loose ball. Ames trying to fire it through three Eagles and couldn't get it through.
Boy, that's the seventh turnover for Lutheran already.
And Stecker, Josh Stecker for two. 27-14, they're down 13. Into Sheely. Tries to get the rhythm dribble, and then I'll tell you, Josh Stecker's got to be careful, Chris. To put the ball down like that, not hand it to the official is not a good thing.
Yes, you're correct. And he hacked him pretty good.
Yeah, Rasmussen picks up the foul. Shealy will be on the line shooting a pair.
It's a 5-minute mark here in quarter number 2.
Hess back in for Ames. And Juris back in also. It's Stecker and Rasmussen, Kelly and Windsor in for the Crusaders. Lutheran is doubled up on Christian, 28-14. Kelly stopped by Hess and then almost throws it away. Good recovery by Kyle Stecker. Taylor Zastro trying to get back on defense, does a credible job there. And Lutheran looking to run with it. Inside feed. And only took 3 more steps than he could. But he did make the reverse layup while running. Try that. Another turnover, though, too. That'd be about number 8, huh?
Right on the button there, Marty.
Every once in a while, I do listen to what you say. Windsor lowers the shoulder and goes hard to the basket and scores. He's tough in there.
He's 4 of 6.
Him and Ames are going to be best buddies, Chris. Nice pass to Shealy, but he couldn't get it in off the nice pass from Zastro. Kelly weaving way through, and then Taylor Zastro ties him up going through the lane. Good job by Taylor. Phil Leipom coming back in along with Graham Vervelde for the Eagles. Oh, good defense by Zastro.
Yep.
And Kelly again going hard to the basket. Brady Oddie running the show out on top.
Seems like he's been here forever.
Yeah, really. Windsor gets the ball inside. But had to kick it right back out. Shealy on him. Cutting. Kelly couldn't get the shot up and in. Kyle Stecker, pardon me. Hess, inside shot is no good, and then it's knocked out of bounds. Christian will get it. Rolling down to just about the 3-minute mark left in the first half. Our second Holy War by the Shore. Lutheran won the first one easily.
All the banging.
Yeah, really.
I'm not saying that wasn't a foul. I'm just saying that with all the banging, you wonder if they call fouls like that.
We had it 15-0, Chris. So Christian has actually played better than straight up from that point. They've outscored Lutheran by 3. It was that start that really hurt. And then Zastro gets called for the foul. A little too much arm. Foul's starting to pile up for the Crusaders. That's their 6th. Adi will be shooting a pair. Christian has not been real good here at the line, Chris. They're 0-4-4 so far. Stecker missed a pair at the end of the first quarter, and then coming into the second quarter, basket and then one free throw, and the free throw was missed by Windsor, and now a pair was missed by Adi. So they're 0 for 5.
Boy, you can get it into Leipom there.
Deep 3 by Juris. He says, why pass it to a Leipom when a Juris can put it in?
4 of 4 from 3-point
And those last two were deep. Stecker with a spin move in the lane, and he couldn't get it in. The basket, the lid is on the basket for the Crusaders. Juris' three missed, and then we get a foul on Hess.
What? What'd they call here?
Oh, a turnover. They called traveling. Thought he had an arm and caused the travel, but...
wow.
A good hustle by Kyle Stecker, but he was not able to save it. Zastro had the right idea, just didn't throw a very good pass to swing the ball over. 2:06 left in the first half. It's 31-16. Lutheran on top. Pass is tipped. Good hands that time by Graham Vervelde, but then stealing it back was Jacob Juris. He puts it up and in, and he's fouled. Juris having quite a half. Watch this. Tipped away, and then he steals it and lays it up and in. Foul was on Kyle Stecker, his first. Juris completes a three-point play the old-fashioned way. 18-point lead now.
Yep, and they're off and running. They're close to a 40-point half again, Marty.
You know, the other thing that Lutheran is, we haven't talked about it a great deal, but they're long. They have long arms. They're relatively tall.
Very athletic. They're just so athletic, and you just see a bunch of guys that have played together for so long. They know where each other are on the court. They look crazy on the turnovers in this ball game, but
I got Zastro, and matter of fact, the board has Zastro with 2 fouls also, Chris, so I think they'll be getting him out. And another missed free throw. Oy, oy, oy.
Yeah, Zastro with just 1 bucket tonight.
Yeah.
1 of 2.
Christian 0 for 6 from the line, and you can just see the frustration.
Wow.
That is amazing. Juris running the team now. Ames. An unusual looking three, but it goes in, so who cares?
He's 3 of 3 from the floor.
19-point lead, 21-point lead, pardon me. Inside feed to Windsor.
Drawing a lot of attention.
Yeah, no kidding. And a good rebound inside. And finally putting it up and in was Kyle Stecker. It's been a long time coming from that 17th and 18th point. Juris. Lipom comes away with it, gives it to Juris on the inside move, but they're going to say traveling first. Watch it here. The miss. Now watch a nice pass. Cutting down the lane.
Wow, that's, I don't know about that for a travel, Marty.
Yep, I agree with you there.
Got banged. Look at this. Main
Kelly,
Street.
right down Main Street. You're right, Chris, and he scores. And a steal almost. And then we get a foul. That one's going to go on Kyle Stecker. That's his second. Only the 5th foul on Christian, and there's 19.4 seconds left. Rasmussen coming in. Juris had it tipped away, and then Christian comes away with it. Stecker, hard to the basket. Josh Stecker lays it up and in. Kick out to Juris. 3-point attempt. Bango. Another 3 at the buzzer. And we're at halftime with Lutheran on top, 40-22.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best, a team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe, because our nation expects more.
If you expect more, maybe you...
Hi everyone, I'm Emily. I'm super excited to introduce my dad because he's my hero. When I was little, he was doing this really important work, driving ambulances in Iraq. Now he's home, and he's still a hero because he tells the ambulances where to go when there's an emergency. I'm so proud of him. He's awesome. He's my dad.
If a service-connected disability hinders your civilian career, Volk Rehab offers a variety of services to help prepare you for your next mission.
Back at Sheboygan County Christian High School, where we're getting ready to start second half action. Some halftime scoring. Juris led all scorers with 18. Ames had 8, Shealy 7, Hess 2, Lipom 2, and Zastro with 3. It's for 40 points for the Crusaders. The Eagles, Stecker had 6, Kelly 2, and Eddie Windsor had 8. Chris, you had some halftime shooting that was quite interesting.
68% shooting for the boys in green, just 35% for Christian, but the key was the three-point shooting. 7 threes for Lutheran in that first half, excuse me.
Oh, nice feed inside from Juris to Shealy for 2. And Lutheran off and running again here in the second half. 20-point lead, largest of the night for the Crusaders. Lipom comes away with the rebound. Inside feed, Juris couldn't hang on to it. Looked like a pretty good pass from Phil Lipom.
11 turnovers, though, for Lutheran in the ball game so far.
Stecker's three-point attempt is no good. Lipom with another rebound. Gets it over to Hess, and then he dribbles it off his foot. We were talking at halftime, and I think a lot of the turnovers for Lutheran in that first half were when they tried to make really great passes to players that weren't particularly open, and wound up having those passes intercepted. Windsor battling inside, but couldn't get the rebound. Zastro from outside the line, no good. Hess trying to fight for the rebound, but tapped it right over to Brady Oddie. He takes it to the rack, can't get it in. Lipom with his third rebound of the half. Good bounce pass to Hess, off his hands, and out of bounds, and another turnover. More turnovers and points here in the second half.
Yep.
Graham Vervelde back in for the Eagles. Taking a seat is Kyle Stecker.
Well, Kyle's 2 of 10 from the floor.
Windsor with a tough shot inside, puts it up and in.
He's going to be a force, Marty. He's already a force, but he's going to be tough the next 2 years.
Yeah, wait till he gets to be
another
a junior and a senior. You're right.
This was a close game. See, this is one of those things that Coach Verhagen probably doesn't see because they're up by 20 points. Another miss.
Shealy with a good fight for the board, and tapped it over to his teammate, Jacob Juris. That's what I mean, you know, that guy isn't open cutting through like that. Adi, one of the shorter guys on the court. Reverse layup is no good, and then we get contact underneath the basket and a whistle. I think Shealy's going to get tagged with the foul. Here you see Brett Flipsy in the background. Shealy, that's his second. In the first half, Christian was 0 for 7 from the line. Unbelievable. And 0 for 8. Unbelievable, Chris.
And shooting 33% from the floor as a team.
That's a recipe for disaster.
And it is. You're not going to pull the upset shooting the way they are so far.
17-point lead for the Crusaders, 42-25.
Eagles have had chances.
Zastro doing a little bit of his Meadowlark Lemon routine. Put it up and in. Kelly got by Hess, kisses it off the glass, no good. Another miss for him.
Kelly just 1 of 6.
Lightpalm cutting Hess in the middle of the lane, had a nice shot but couldn't get it in, and then there's contact underneath. Thought Lightpalm got the rebound and was fouled, but that's not the case. They're going to call it on Phil Lightpalm's going to pick up the foul instead.
They're saying he went over Brady's back, but Brady kind of stuck his butt out.
Yeah, it looked like he, yeah, oh well, if it works. Ben Andringa back in the ball game. Shealy and Windsor doing battle inside. Windsor with an 18-footer, couldn't get it in. Hess with the rebound. And Zastro gathered in the loose ball but couldn't get it in. Long lead feed is up and in by Josh Stecker.
Christian has got to get this to about 7, 8 points, Marty.
Juris with another 3. He's got 21.
Not the way he's shooting. He's 7 of 11 tonight, including 6 of 10 from three-point range.
Shot is no good. They're going to get Juris with the foul, and going to the line to shoot 3 will be Josh Stecker. Third team foul already on Lutheran. Josh Stecker will be shooting 3. After going 0 for 8, they're now 2 for 2. Ugh. Ames coming in for Hess. Ames had a nice first half, Chris.
Yep, he was 3 of 3 from the floor.
I'll tell you, what I liked best was him and Windsor battling inside. That was classic. That's, you know what that takes me back to? When Helvey and I would battle inside.
Pretty much your feet in the sand there, Marty. Not getting a lot out of that, are you?
And are they going to get Juris with a foul? Yes, they are. And that's his 3rd, Chris.
Can't do it now.
Nathan Hasenstein trying to check in. They're not going to let him. Graham Vervelde at the controls. Gets it to the rack, puts it up and in, and he's fouled. Ames is going to pick up that foul.
Well, Ames should have just stood there. When he turned to the side, they called on him, but I'll tell you.
The fouls are mounting.
Yeah, and it sure seems one-sided.
5-0. It doesn't get much more one-sided than that.
But they can't make any free throws like that. Why isn't there a foul there?
Off of Stecker. Josh Stecker. Shealy battling him for the ball. Ball tipped away from Hasenstein. Stecker with a good play to get it up to Graham Vervelde, and then we get a timeout by Brett Flipsy as Graham Vervelde was making the basket. No basket, however. Timeout called first.
You had a breakaway and he called timeout. Whoops. Whoops. Well, I still think you got to get it down to about 7 or 8, Marty, and right now it's at 16. Every time it seems to get close, Jers makes a big bucket.
Well, so far in the quarter, it's 9-7. Christian has outscored them. That's not enough. They've hit 3 out of 6 free throws, which is an improvement over 0 for 7 in the first half, but it's still not good enough.
16 turnovers on Lutheran so far, Marty.
Oh, that's way too much. Windsor ducks his head and slips through 2 defenders to get the shot off, but he's fouled. Nathan Hasenstein picks up the foul. Windsor has 10 points in the ball game, looking for 11 and 12. We'll look for number 11. They've shot 7 free throws already this quarter, Chris, and they've only made 3 of them.
They're that good? I didn't think they made that many.
Yep. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 for 8. There's a double dribble. Good call there by Terry Verstrati. Another turnover by the Crusaders. And Juris is coming back in with his 3 fouls. And Lipom comes out. Juris a junior. Graham Vervelde, no good. And that's an easy call. Hey, that's the move you like, Chris. What do you mean I went over the back? Josh Stecker, he's got 2 now. First team foul, however, in the half. Sastro puts his head down and gets by, almost got by Stecker, but Stecker committed the foul.
Not a lot of fouls in the first half, Marty, but there's quite a few here.
Especially in this early third quarter, and all of a sudden a couple of quick ones by Josh Stecker nets him some time on the bench, and Caleb Kelly, who has not played a great deal in the ball game, considering he had 18 points in that first game.
Yeah, he's 1 of 6. He's their leading scorer at 14-4. Just 1 bucket tonight.
Under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. It's 47-32. Pass was tipped but gathered in by Shealy, who puts it up and in. That was a big hoop for the Crusaders.
He's 5 of 6 tonight.
Lead back up to 17 for Lutheran. Over to Eddie Windsor, had to kick it back out. Shot by Kyle Stecker is no good.
He can't find the range tonight.
Hazy, in and out. Stecker with the rebound, long lead feed to Graham Vervelde, lays it up and in.
It's 2 of 6 from the floor.
And we get a whistle. Graham Vervelde committing his first foul. And all of a sudden the team foul situation is Lutheran sitting with their 6. They picked that up pretty early, but now Christian has 3. Christian's been sitting in this zone for most of the ball game. It's been pretty successful for him.
Good screen by Ames.
Juris, three-point attempt is no good. Tyler Zastro with a nice rebound. Stripped it away from Caleb Kelly. Juris gets it inside, and then a nice dish off over to Zastro for two. And Dringa nails a three.
First three-pointer of the night for him, Marty. They've only tried three of them.
I was going to say they haven't tried many. Zastro charges. Had a good idea, but Andringa hung in there real tough and took the foul. Good play by Big Ben.
Three on Zastro now.
Watch this. Looked like he might have been anticipating the hit. Under a minute left in the third. 51-37.
Just an 11-point quarter for Lutheran. So many turnovers, that's part of the problem, Marty.
Yeah, nice back cut by Kelly. He gets a good pass and lays it up and in. Nice play there. Juris almost had it tipped away. Kick out to Zastro. Heads down the lane and draws another charging foul. Andringa hanging in there.
Let's watch Andringa here, Marty. Was he hanging in there? Here he comes up.
He did a good job, I thought. You didn't think so?
Zastro was already going.
Yeah, well, but he anticipated what was going to happen.
Correct.
We'll have to agree to disagree, even though you were wrong. But that's okay.
Big possession for Christian.
Yeah.
They need this bucket to pull within 10 and bring all the mojo with them.
Only down 12. He made a great comeback here in the third.
I don't know what they're waiting for.
Rasmussen down the lane, couldn't get it in. And that's the end of the quarter. A good quarter for the Crusaders, for the Eagles. At the end of three, 51-39.
I tell people I have 3 kids, one of them's adopted, I just don't know which one.
I can't imagine having to be in a birth mother's position to make that choice.
You know, I was kind of just asking her, you know, what is your motivation? Why are you doing this? And she looked at me and she said, because you can give my son a life that I could not.
We always tell her, thank you. He is such a blessing to us.
Every day is just a ray of sunshine from him. So we're Chanda and Brian, and we chose adoption.
The National Parkinson Foundation invites you to Moving Day.
Moving Day!
Are you ready to move? Walk, cheer, yay, dance, stretch, laugh, and shout. Whatever it takes to beat Parkinson's.
Let's defeat Parkinson's.
Remember, people who move change the world. It's a new day for Parkinson's. Make your move today.
Back at Sheboygan County Christian High School, where the Eagles have outscored the Crusaders in the third quarter, 17-11. And have drawn to within 12 points. And Chris was saying earlier they need to get it down under double digits, and they have a chance right here.
Well, you got Jers with 3 fouls. You got Zastro with 4 fouls. Lutheran's turned the ball over 18 times, and you're still down a dozen.
Pass into Andringa, trying to work his way around Ames. He did, but he couldn't get a reasonable shot off and missed it. Kyle Stecker back in the ball game. And Andringa going high for that pass. And goes hard to the basket. He scores, but they're going to say no shot. Foul's on the floor. Ames is going to pick up the foul, and you could see it out on top, Chris. He didn't get good foot movement, and Andringa got around him.
Got to remember, if you haven't been with us all night, Christian did not start their starters, and before their starters touched the ball, they were down 10-0. And who knows? Maybe they'll make a difference in the long run here, Marty.
Another miss by the Eagles, and they've been dreadful from the foul line. 0 for 7 in the first half.
The Eagles are scrappy,
I was going to say the defensive pressure is heightened here. Juris from way outside the line, no good, and then Ames knocks it out, trying to rebound it, and the Eagles have it back.
He was 5 for 7 in the first half, Jacob, that was. Here in the second half, just 1 of 5 from out there. And again, another chance for Christian to not get into this ball game.
Rasmussen has it. Graham Vervelde played a nice game tonight in there. Windsor battling with Shealy inside. Good defense out there by Hess, not allowing Vervelde to get the open shot. Kick out to Andringa from outside the line, no good. He had a 3 earlier, the only 3 by the Eagles tonight. Hess being guarded heavily, and then we get a foul. Windsor, I think, is going to pick up the foul, and it's a good call. I don't know what Eddie's complaining about. Fourth team foul. Caleb Kelly in for Ben Andringa, who had a good run there at the end of the third and the beginning of this fourth quarter. Juris couldn't get it to go. He's not been as hot as he was in the first half, but Hess comes away with the rebound. Hasenstein off. Kelly almost got it. And they're going to say over and back. He got bumped by Kelly.
That, and it's a rebound, Marty. That is a bad call. That is a bad call. That's a bad call. First he was bumped, and it's off a rebound. I don't agree with that call either, Marty.
I agree with you there.
And another chance for Christian. They were down by this score with the ball at the end of the third quarter, and they haven't scored since.
Hasenstein committing the foul on Josh Stecker, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 3 again.
I don't know if it's good or bad that they're shooting free throws, Marty.
Stecker was 2 for 3 his last time up.
Got that one.
Yes, he did, and the lead is down to 11.
Another miss.
Zastro back in, Hasenstein checking out. It's Rasmussen, Vervelde, Stecker, Windsor, and Kelly for the Eagles.
Trying to will it in there, Marty.
Yeah. Only a 10-point lead now for Lutheran.
Kind of strange. Christian's the aggressor, and they only have 4 team fouls.
Timeout, 30-second timeout. Good timeout there by Coach Verhagen.
Yep, had him in the no-no corner.
Why has Christian come back? What are they doing?
Well, Lutheran's gotten cold, Marty. They are just 5 of 16 here in the second half. The turnovers, too, Marty, have not helped the situation for Lutheran. They have 19 so far.
I was just thinking of a correlation. You know, in the first half, they had a bunch of turnovers, too, but they were hitting. They were shooting well, so it didn't hurt them.
Right.
This half, the turnovers are killing them.
Right.
When they're not shooting well.
Well, and you only have 11 points in the whole half.
Yeah.
He had 40.
40 in the first half, yeah.
You only have 11 through the first 10 minutes here.
Kelly and Vervelde, then they do strip it away from Zastro. And then we get a kick on Graham Vervelde, and Lutheran's going to keep it. Oh, Crusaders get a huge break there.
Why is that a kick?
Let's see what he did. Yeah, it was hard to see on that replay.
He had the ball.
Brett Flipsy being pulled back by his assistant coach. Don't get a tee.
Coach Verhagen also having lots of discussions.
Yes, he is.
Well, he's saying, why is my guys getting bumped and they have 10 personal fouls?
Inside feed to Sheely, puts it up and in. It's been a long time since Lutheran has scored.
That was a big call on that. I don't know what it was, a kick for. They had the ball.
Vervelde shot off the glass is no good, and
Leipum
with a strong rebound. And Sheely got knocked to the floor, bumped his head, and I believe that was the reason for the whistle.
Yeah, because he got hit in the head, so they had to stop play.
Well, they didn't want him to get hurt anymore.
Correct.
By bodies jumping around after the ball. And
watch Windsor just over the back.
Yeah, I think he caught him with his elbow, actually.
And there was no reach either, Marty. But the reason they stopped it, because it was a head thing. Normally, I would think that Sheely should have been taken out there because you stopped it, the game, to check the injury. And now,
what do we got here? Something on the floor. Kelly found it.
I know it's not money thrown from Marty. He's too cheap.
I only have quarters. I might hurt somebody. What are you doing ripping on me like that? I buy the sodas every week. You finally buy a soda. You know, we're two games from the end of the season, and you're... I don't know. Can't win with this guy.
I was in this Holy War Shore thing. Holy War by the shore. And
Sheely with a travel. Good call there. Oh, and then he throws it up into the ceiling. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Right. You didn't mean to travel either. Hey, that stuff happens.
Well, for as much as Christian has had all the momentum, they just cannot.
Oh, Leipum with a good read on that inside feed and just took it right away. Zastro, a little too much dribbling there, Chris. And we get a foul on Christian. It's going to go on Vervelde. His second, but the 5th team foul. Lutheran has 10 team fouls already, Chris. And like you said, I don't know if it's good that Christian's going to be going to the line the rest of the half or now, rest of the game, I should say. And another foul by Vervelde. Not a good play there.
Nope, and now he's got 3.
I don't know, for all the bumping you've been doing up here in the balcony, you don't have one foul, and I'm getting a little sick of it.
A timeout by Christian, and it's a full one.
That's a full one. Scott, let's take a break with 4:30 left in the ball game. Lutheran on top, 53-41.
Simple moments are what make every day count.
I got a question for you. Again, when Sheely on that travel call flipped the ball to the official and it got up into the fans up here, what do you do as an official?
Well, I guess you got to watch it happen and see if he really intended to really chuck it hard to the official. I mean, we saw Christian put the ball on the ground too a couple times, just put it down, and I guess you gotta let it go unless you know it's a blatant heave hole and you saw it. And
I don't know. I think it's a WWJD. Is that what that? WWJD.
But the ceilings are low here, Marty. I can barely see the baskets.
Wow. Iffy pass by Jeff Hess that time. Zastro able to gather it in. And a good read there by Stecker. He lays it up and in. Josh Stecker on a nice steal.
Still, though, a 10-point lead with 10 minutes or 4 minutes left. A lot of hay to make up for Christian yet.
Juris, bango. That was huge. He's got 24. Windsor kicks it out to Vervelde. Had a good look at a three, but couldn't get it in. And Zastro, one of the smaller guys on the court, grabs the rebound. Down in the land of the Giants. And Vervelde again with a foul, and that's going to put Zastro at the line.
Which we haven't seen much tonight.
No, we haven't. They were 3 for 4 in the first half. They shot no free throws in the third quarter. This will be their first free throws of the second half. We had mentioned in the first meeting, they were 24 of 29. And right now they're 4 for 5 on the night. A good shot of Tyler, and he pops in a couple. 58-43. All of a sudden, it's back up to a 15-point lead. Josh Stecker, no good. Good block out inside by Andringa, keeping Sheely off the board, and then we get a foul inside on Lutheran. Phil Leipom.
Josh Stecker just 2 of 12 tonight, Marty. That and the other surprise tonight is Caleb Kelly.
Yeah, he's much better than that.
Yeah, he's just 2 of 7, and he just doesn't seem in the flow, and he's on the bench again with 3:27 left. Caleb Kelly, your leading scorer on the ball club, has himself on the bench, and the free throws keep missing.
6 of 14 free throws in the second half.
Wow. 6 of 14, so, and they missed, what,
7?
7?
So 6 of 21.
Wow. Lutheran going to try to play some keep away.
Yeah, Zastro with looked a little bit like Bobby Douglas out there, that left-handed pass.
22 turnovers, and you're winning.
Yeah, it's not going to happen against stronger competition. Windsor in the lane with a good turn and a shot, but he couldn't get it to go. And the shooting bugaboos are starting to enter back into Christian's game plan. Feed from Sheely to Leipom for an easy 2.
Sheely has a double-double, Marty.
I believe that.
Got 11 rebounds.
And Dringa almost with the high dribble, but he kept his hand on top, so it was okay. Stecker from outside the line, couldn't get it to go, gets his own rebound, and lays it up and in. Josh Stecker. Zastro draws the foul. Really going to get it on. If it's on Vervelde, he's done. They're going to call it on Josh Stecker. That's his 4th. Zastro hit 2 earlier.
Just 32% shooting for Christian. And then about the same from the free throw line.
Yeah. Oh, good backspin on that. It hit the front of the rim and crawled over. I guess you might say that's a shooter's touch. And again, a little flat, and it didn't roll in for him that time. 16-point lead for the Crusaders. Kelly, pull up from 15, in and out. Rebound by Windsor, no good. Forces it back up, no good. Hess over the back is going to get called for the foul, or is it going to be Leipom? Call it on Phil Leipom, his 4th. That was, probably could have got it on Hess too, it didn't matter. Windsor will be at the line shooting. Windsor is 2 for 4 on the night. Make it 3 for 5. Good lead feed into Juris, into Sheely from Juris. And Ryan Sheely gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair. I didn't get who that foul is on.
Windsor.
Windsor, okay.
Definitely on Windsor.
Sheely puts that first free throw in. 1:46 left in the ball game. Lutheran's gonna win this one, and they're looking at possibly a perfect season in conference. Their next game is gonna be against Cedar Grove, Belgium, who they beat earlier, obviously. Windsor with a nice move, put the head down, spun into the lane, and put it up off of the glass for 2 points. And a timeout.
Your comments on the beginning of the game, Marty? It was 10-0 before the starters touched the ball.
Well, we talked about that right from the start. I start my starters. I mean, you know, that's just the way it is. I know they're seniors and you want to play them, but play them when it's appropriate.
You know, and then you...
Or sift them in, you know, at a time when you still have people around them that can add support. You know, to start 5 guys that possibly haven't started all year. We don't know that for sure, but, I mean, you're putting some pretty doggone good players on the bench.
Yep, and it just... You know, you're just asking, are you trying to win the game? What message are you delivering? And I understand kids need to play and all this stuff and get guys in games. And believe me, I'm a coach. I've done it for 25 years. I did basketball for how long? And I understand. But, you know, then to start in, are you trying to win the game? And then you want to fight like heck to catch up.
Yeah.
And you never did. You never got within under 10 points.
And they had chances. How many minutes? At least 2 or 3 minutes when they came down with the ball several times to cut into a 10-point lead.
Right. It was 7-0, and then starters for Christian came in, and then they hit a
couple of threes.
A 3. It was 10-0 before the starters touched the ball, and before you knew it was 15-0. And you know, because once the starters got in the flow, then they made a couple more threes, a 3 and a 2. It was 15-0. And like I said, it was 10-0 before the starters got a basket. I mean, touched the ball.
Right, right.
And it just
got out of hand early.
And obviously you can look back and say, well, we missed how many free throws? We should have taken advantage of turnovers. We shot 33%. But
I think if you're a coach for Hagen, you definitely have to be concerned with the turnover business. There's just way too many, and you know, they got to clean that up. I mentioned the next game for Lutheran is at Cedar Grove, Belgium on Tuesday. For the Crusaders, they play at Random Lake in what is a makeup game on Saturday, and then they're at Elkhart Lake Glen Beulah on Tuesday also as the conference finishes play. Not on that night. Zastro again losing the ball. This is game number 14 on Tuesday. It'll be game number 15 for most of the conference once Christian also makes up a game, and then there's one more game left. Windsor inside against Sheely lost it out of bounds.
That's one thing they've done a good job. They've taken care of the basketball very well tonight. For the most part, I only have like about 9 turnovers for Lutheran, or Christian.
That's really good. Zastro lays it up and in. Got away on the fast break off the press. Kelly looking to go in the lane. Got the shot off, couldn't get it in. Another rebound for Zastro.
He's got 5, Marty.
That's a pretty good night. Sheely off the glass and in, got it inside.
Big night for Sheely.
Yeah, 18-point lead now for Lutheran. Under a minute left. Kyle Stecker way short on that shot.
He never got on track. 2 of 13.
Juris had it tipped away. Josh Stecker's shot is no good. Juris again with the rebound. They don't like to. Quick feed to Sheely. He gets another basket. Ryan Sheely having a great night. Stecker gets away with a walk. Didn't make the shot. 16 seconds. Is Ames going to shoot it? No, he's not. Going to pull it back out. And Lutheran's going to come away with a 20-point win, 69-49. And that's the end of the ball game. Lutheran runs their season record now to 18-2, 14-0 in conference. We're going to step out. When we come back, Chris will have some interviews with the winning players.
What a day. We need to get outside.
But, honey, I think there's a game on somewhere.
Well, I know another game we can play.
Well, golf? You and me?
I'm ready to learn, and I found a great deal on lessons.
Okay, game on.
I think I can take it.
Now you can learn to play golf, starting with one great deal. 5 lessons from a PGA or LPGA instructor, starting at only $99. Get the details at getgolfready.com. Get ready to play.
Parents sure have their hands full, and they could use an extra hand. Now, every state offers free or low-cost health insurance for your sports hero or budding artist. Kids up to age 19 can get checkups, doctor and dentist visits, hospital care, prescriptions, and more. Your child may qualify based on your family size and income. It's one less thing to worry about. Call or go online for more information.
Our daughter might be drinking or taking something else. We can't talk with her about it. She keeps everything secret. But when I pretend everything is okay, I'm keeping secrets too. My therapist suggested Al-Anon family groups. It was helpful to hear what other parents said. Are you troubled by someone's drinking? You might be surprised at what you could learn in an Al-Anon family group from people just like you. Call 1-888-4-AL-ANON or visit alanonfamilygroups.org.
Before you're treated for breast cancer, get the facts. Women who are told about their breast reconstruction options report feeling in control and experiencing a higher quality of life after cancer.
I know because I am one of them.
I know because I am one of them.
I know because I am one of them.
Before you undergo surgery for breast cancer, get the facts. Make sure you know your breast reconstruction options. For more information, visit broaddayusa.org.
Getting out of the military, I was missing this camaraderie.
It's frustrating when you try and talk to people that don't understand.
I still had the anger, I still had the addictions, but we didn't talk about that.
Came to a point where it's like, okay, I really need to talk to somebody about this.
Family more or less encouraged me, go to the VA.
It's okay to go get help. It's okay to talk to people because it takes true strength to ask for help.
Hear veterans' real stories of strength and recovery at maketheconnection.net.
Going to school pregnant, riding the bus, that was hard. You just have all the stares and you have all the questions. When you get pregnant, all the stuff just goes through your mind. Abortion, adoption, keeping him. When you're 15 and pregnant, you can't do it without support. I wanted to give him a better life. I'm Miranda and I chose adoption.
Back at Sheboygan County Christian High School, and Chris Wright is standing by on the floor. Take it away, Chris.
I'm back here with two Lutheran players. Tyler, that Christian team doesn't give up, do they?
No, they don't. I thought we had them pretty much pinned down in the first quarter, but they came back. And I don't know. It's always a good game when we play them. You think we're going to beat them by a lot, but they always come back.
Yeah, they really seem to be scrappy and, trying to trap you guys a little bit. And, you guys, I just think your veteran leadership and stuff, swinging the ball around really helps. But, they tried to pin you guys everywhere.
Yeah, I had a lot of problems with the 1-3-1. They'd have one of their guys, I think on Dringa, they'd have him slide in and take a charge. So it was kind of hard to get the ball movement. And a lot of my passes were getting picked off that usually get through. So, yeah, they played good defense.
I'll tell you what, you guys just right away again, it doesn't matter who it is. You guys have so many guys that can make three-pointers. Sometimes it's you, sometimes it's Lightbomb, but tonight it's Jers. Holy cow, you guys just love to rain those threes, don't you?
Yeah, well, we do. Most of our practices consist of running, and then we do threes. So we get a good practice in on that.
And you get a whole bunch of guys that can shoot them, too. It's like some teams you don't have all the, I don't know about him shooting threes, but the rest of you is all right.
He can hit a few.
So what do you think of these Lutheran Christians games over the last 4 years?
Well, I'm going to miss them, that's for sure. Hopefully we get to play them again in February sometime, because it's really a great experience. And when I was growing up, I always come to these games, and I just wished I could be out here. So it's kind of sad that it's going to be gone.
Well, congratulations to you. You can stay here. Ryan, you're my favorite Lutheran player, by the way, It's because you do all the little things and stuff. It's always not all the little things in the box score. But you're the type of guy that has that. But you have such a senior leadership group here, and you guys have been playing together for so long. You just know each other very well.
Yeah. We've been playing. I went to grade school with a bunch of them, and we played throughout there. And then we got Tyler and Jers, really good shooters and passers. Ty, he played really good. We all played well.
That Eddie Windsor's going to be a heck of a player the next 2 years. You guys enjoyed your battles. I know my partner Marty kept saying, watch those guys battle, but he's a load under there, and he's going to be real tough the next couple of years.
Yeah, he played extremely well. He's one of the best big guys in the CLC. I love playing against him, and he just tries extremely hard.
Well, again, as I mentioned before, you guys just love to push the ball, and you got get up and down the floor. And, I thought, defense and stuff today, too. You kept them down a little bit, getting that lead and things, but Coach stress defense a lot for you guys, or is it just all this running stuff?
Yeah, we do quite a lot of running and practice conditioning, and then we do our 5-on-5 defensive drills and cutthroat and all that. He just really works us on rebounding and helping the helper.
And it always seems like then it leads into a lot of easy baskets. It seems like you always got guys down the floor pushing to make baskets. Well, when he's pushing the ball too, it just seems to get a lot of easy baskets.
Yeah, he pushes the ball up really nicely. He's always got his head up looking for others. He's just a really good guard.
The other thing I noticed, too, it seems like you guys are all unselfish, too. It doesn't matter who gets it. I just loved your ball movement and stuff tonight. It just seemed great. And maybe sometimes you take the one extra too many passes, but you guys really don't care who scores. The bottom line is wins.
Yeah, we always stress about giving the extra pass, and I always look so nice when we do it.
Got two questions for you. Is it tough to get up every night for these games? It's tough to be the team that's undefeated, and, you guys are always going to get the team's best showing from every night. It's got to be tough for you guys, game after game, because you guys make mistakes too, or you're not perfect, but it's got to be hard to grind.
It's really nice to get the best of each team because they really give us their best shot, and we always have a good game.
I hope that helps you guys in the tournament. I got one last question for you. What's your experience been in the Lutheran Christian games?
I look forward to it every year. I always come to them, and they're just really extreme good time, and we like to have a good time because last year I remember we had a thriller at Lutheran High.
Yep.
They're just a great time, one of my favorite rivalries.
Well, congratulations, both you guys. We're going to look forward to seeing you guys in March Madness. I'm excited to see you guys. With that, we'll send it back to Marty.
Good job on the interview, Chris. Leading scorers for tonight's ball game. Leading the Eagles was Josh Stecker with 16 points. Eddie Windsor had 15 points. The high scorer for the Eagles, Caleb Kelly, only had 4 points tonight. He just couldn't get into the flow. Kyle Stecker had 6, was also a main contributor. And then a guy that doesn't score a whole lot, but really played a nice ball game tonight, I thought, for the Eagles was Ben Andringa, drawing some charging fouls, getting a couple rebounds, and hit the only 3-point basket of the night for the Crusaders, for the Eagles, pardon me, for the Crusaders. For Lutheran, they were led by Jacob Juris. He had 24 points, 18 of those coming in the first half. Ryan Sheely, you saw him in the interview down there, he had 19 points. Tyler Zastro, Chris's other interviewee, had 12 points tonight. Jacob Ames did a nice job off the bench with 8. And Phil Lipom, he had 19 points in the first game, only had 4 tonight, but played a real nice ball game and turned up being a 69-49 win for Lutheran. They run their record now to 18-2, 14-0 in conference. Christian sits at 6-12, 5-5 in conference. Our next game is going to be on Saturday when North travels to the south side to play their crosstown rivals. The girls' game will start at 6, the boys' game around 7:30 or so. We look forward to bringing you that ball game. By the way, with the win tonight, we run our TV record to 5-5. Not up to our normal standards, but we'll take it. For the crew, Scott Maloff, our director, great replays tonight, Scott. Eric Wiesman, Richard Bartson on the cameras. My partner, Chris Wright. I'm Mike Martin saying thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.